Hello all, my name is Frank Tierney and I'll be your instructor for GRA310 this term. You can open up the syllabus if you haven't done so already and take a look at the overview of the course. I'm going to address week 1 here. Throughout the term, we will be planning, designing, creating, and deploying a website for a hypothetical client. Now typically this client has been either Pasta Amore or Town Restaurant, but you may have taken different prerequisites and the course may have been structured differently, so I will entertain other hypothetical clients. But in any case, we will remain focused on the needs of the client, of this hypothetical client. We'll be creating a website from start to finish, and it's a real challenge, but just think of what you'll have accomplished. You'll have wrapped your heads around HTML5 and CSS3. For some, this will be really daunting, actually for many, and for others, it will be practice. Know that the anxieties about coding have been addressed in the rubrics, and many of the assignments are pass-fail. So also, participation in the discussion boards is really important, and it's one way that you can pass the course is by participating. If you satisfy the assignment guidelines and rubrics, nobody gets hurt. And keep one eye on the client throughout the course. First off, we'll be developing a list of assets needed for your site and learning what writing clean code means. We'll be using the elements of design along the way, along with the elements of coding. I wanted you to know that I'm available to you. Please don't hesitate to call me. This is my phone number. My office location, I'm often on the road, but we can make arrangements to contact each other. And consider Skype, communicating through Skype. It's good sometimes to share my screen. I can show you your work. I can look at your codes. Oftentimes we can even say go on to your server to see if you've uploaded things correctly. Also, consider email. And it's ftierney@snhu.edu, or even instant messaging at this number. I'm generally available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, although I'm in Mountain Zone. I'm happy to make appointments for specific times. Here's how I would complete the reading assignments and activities within the first module. Just know that additional reading and resources can be found in the module assignments. And I'll take a look at that in a moment. Read the assigned textbook chapters. Review the final project guidelines. This is your final website. Take a look at the rubric for the final project. After you've looked at the rubric for the final project, participate, if you could, in the first introductory discussion by writing your initial post. Complete the installation activity, brackets, and the asset list activity. Review the assigned videos and the W3 Schools tutorials, and then complete the coding activity. Return this week's discussion and engage with your peers in a discussion about the website examples they have posted. Posting by Thursday is important in this class, just so that you give time for others to respond. By the end of the week, you'll be able to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of a website in our discussion. You'll test the downloading and installation of brackets and Cyberduck. You'll develop a website asset list, and you'll create a simple home page coded in HTML. That's quite a bit. Also, you'll need to have access to books 24/7, and there have been hurdles. And I'm here to help you through those with books 24/7. Essentially, you need to be logged into your SNHU account in order to access books 24/7. They've made the process a little bit more transparent, but still there may be roadblocks along the way. I have a big hint for you in this class. Follow the books 24/7 tutorial at HTML5 Foundations. Now this is also available in print. Some of you may prefer that, although it would be an additional expense. But consider, because the online version is free with your tuition for the course. But the print version, of course, you would have to pay for. Still, some of us would prefer the print version. This tutorial uses a pizza restaurant as its focus, and you could adapt it easily for either town or Pasta Amore. Okay, so that's just a big hint. It's part of the required readings too, I believe. In your first discussion, introduce yourself, share some biographical information and professional aspirations. This will really help us to tailor feedback to you. And begin to formulate a vision for a website. So what do you envision in your website? I mean, all things being ideal. You will find some limitations. You know, we are limited by the amount of code that we can read or absorb or learn or absorb in 8 weeks. But this is a optimal view of your website. What would you like it to? What do you envision it to include? Make sure you review those documents, the discussion rubric and the final projects guidelines and rubric, and also the brand style guidelines, either for town or for Pasta Amore. First installation activity is installing brackets in Cyberduck. Brackets shouldn't be difficult. Cyberduck now, remember you'll be using GeoCities as your server. GeoCities is in Samoa, which, as you know, is an island in the Pacific. There are some lag times often in uploading things or changing things, and I just wanted to warn you, going ahead, that expect some frustration maybe with the speed of GeoCities. The activity list, which is also due this week, is review the brand style guides provided, and think about all the visual assets you have for your client, which is probably either town or Pasta Amore. In your coding activity, your HTML coding activity, you'll create a simple page of code using HTML, and again, use the HTML coding guidelines and rubric document. When in doubt, take a look at the assignment guidelines and rubrics, and know that I'm available, and here's my email address. So I look forward to meeting you in the discussion board, and look forward to doing lots of learning about CSS and HTML.